He's back by popular demand. AusBiz TV's #1 tech reporter. He's joining me on the vlog today. He's back by popular demand. We had such an overwhelming response to last month's Inside Lane /
This month in venture,
all the things happening. Gavin and I, everyone. And while I can't stand this guy, the theme song, Money, 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 from Donald Trump's The Apprentice, Money, Money, Money here in Australia.
there has been so much money flowing into startups here in Australia. But the big news in the past 24 hours, Canva raised another $90 million at close to $20 billion.
Out of Sydney.
That is huge.
I actually just interviewed the Canva team for Salesforce Live, which airs in a couple of weeks. They claimed that during my interview, over 2 billion Canvas were created in a quarter or maybe a month or something. Like, yeah, guilty of probably 1 billion of those myself. I love the tool. If you're not on Canva, you need to be on Canva. It's an exhilarating user experience.
Well, the big news there is that they released some data about the size of their business, right?
Yeah.
And they mentioned that they're on an annualized run rate of $500 million.
Amazing.
Which is huge.
Amazing. And that puts them at 19 billion. Great business out of Australia, Sydney, Australia as well. So Airwallex,
they raised another $100 million. That now puts them at a $2.6 billion valuation. We're seeing these unicorns, new unicorns get born every year now. Over the past couple of years, they're just getting more and more as they come.
Unicorns need unicorns of unicorns. They're getting that big. Linktree, my brother Alex, he's doing some big stuff at the moment as well.
Yeah, I mean, they raised another $45 million just a few short months after raising just shy of $11 million. These guys are looking to take their link in bio and really go towards the social commerce space, which I think is an explosive part of the world and really exciting for an Australian company to be doing something on the global stage.
Totally. And who else? Who else?
So Baraja raised another $40 million. They're in the lidar game. Carbon in the accounting space raised another $10 million from a US venture firm. And here, LaunchVic has funded Startmate for another $1.8 million, which is really exciting. Startmate, one of the early accelerators, if not the first accelerator here in Australia, and they're doing great things.
I love Startmate. I love Rachel Newman, who I'm seeing this weekend. More money on the global scale, Gav.
This is out of control. Stripe. Let's just take a minute. Stripe, the global payments business. They raised another $600 million at a $95 billion US val. $600 million for less than 1% dilution.
Wow.
Let's think about that.
Less than 1% dilution.
They are now the most valuable private company in Silicon Valley.
Are they? They're not Australian, are they? They're a US business.
Yeah, they are. They are. The Collison brothers started the business in their early 20s.
Yeah.
They're now probably in their late 20s, and they are doing unbelievable things on the global stage.
That's amazing. We use Stripe a lot. I see a lot of Stripe charges coming onto my personal credit card on my Apple Pay. They're obviously facilitating a lot of transactions for a lot of companies.
They're killing.
Good on you guys. All the power to you. What else is happening?
Yeah, so also, when we are in this global pandemic, there are a lot of events that are taking place online. Some are starting to take place offline here in Australia. There's some hybrid. So there's a whole lot of new startups, as you would expect, that have stepped into the mark. So Hopin have raised another $400 million, valuing them at $6 billion. They've done 4 or 5 raises over the past year, right? And another one, a virtual startup space business called Gather. They raised 26 mil, led by Sequoia.
Amazing. And so all this money, talk to me maybe about acquisition side of things.
Yeah, so the idea is that these investors will pile money in. They want to be able to get value creation for these businesses, and they want to sell them. They want to either IPO or through an M&A. So we saw a very exciting exit in the New Zealand landscape, which has a lot of close ties to Australia, Vend. Vend sold for $350 million US to Lightspeed, a global public business. It's a very exciting exit.
Yeah, it is. We lost out on Vend. We were hoping to have the Vend team here at Cubes, but unfortunately they decided
you got Ignition Lane instead. So
we've always had Ignition Lane. we've had you from the beginning. It's great.
That's right. That's right.
Zero, shout out to the team at Zero. We're actually next door neighbors. Our Hawthorne location shares a wall with Zero in Hawthorne.
Okay.
Yeah, great team. Shout out to Rachel. I also interviewed her last week for Salesforce. So what's going on at Zero?
Well, Zero have been on the acquisition spree as well. So when you get to a size of Zero, and even Atlassian made an acquisition last month, when you get to that size, there's a couple of questions. Do you build, or do you buy, or do you partner to accelerate your product roadmap? It's clear that over the past few months, Zero have decided to make some strategic acquisitions on the global scale to be able to create a better product offering, a more well-rounded product offering for their customers.
Yeah, and I think that is often the fastest way to get growth, is just acquire someone that's already got something that you can plug in, get some synergies, and keep going.
That's right. Well, the big news that you'll love, Jay-Z, his music streaming site,
Jay-Z's from the east side. I'm from the west side. 10 years in Los Angeles, we have this LA, New York rival, but I got no beef with Jay-Z.
So let's bring it back to tech. So Square, Jack Dorsey, CEO of Square, CEO of Twitter, he's acquired Tidal for close to $300 million US, and Jay-Z is jumping on the board of Square. A lot of people are saying $300 million to make new friends. Other people think it's a really incredible strategic investment for the creator community.
I trust in Jack Dorsey and his vision. He's an absolute trailblazer. Zapier is also going through a lot of acquisition at the moment. A lot of people don't know enough about Zapier. We here at Creative Cubes, my team, we use Zapier for so many things. It's a nice way to be able to route all of our data into one section. What's going on?
Zapier is one of the OG no-code platforms. And they essentially let you, without having to have any technical skills, create workflows that connect different pieces of software. And they acquired MakerPad, which is a great bolt-on for their product. It was their first acquisition.
Really?
Which again talks to the fact that these businesses are getting to a certain size. When they get to that size and they have capital or they have stock that they can acquire businesses with, they then go and make some strategic acquisitions. Atlassian this month as well acquired Chartio. And we know that Atlassian have made a lot of small business acquisitions, but they also acquired Trello as well for hundreds of millions of dollars. So these companies at that scale are really making waves on the acquisitions space.
So I actually made my own waves in the pet industry. So this IPO for Mad Paws, which is a marketplace for dog sitting, actually speaks to my heart.
It does.
They've just IPO'd here in Australia.
It does.
On the ASX.
Yeah, they did. Mad Paws IPO'd, also Airtasker IPO'd as well this past month. So we're still seeing a number of marketplaces IPO. Obviously, back in the day, we had Seek, Car Sales, REA, High Pages have IPO'd late last year. And we're also seeing on the global scale, Andreessen Horowitz, one of the big tech investors.
A to Z.
Released their Marketplace 100. And as we've got here, Invato, Melbourne-founded global marketplace, were ranked number 32. So a great position for an Australian startup on that list.
Nice. I'm going to link the Clubhouse channel. I'm going to link the weekly newsletter that comes out from Ignition Lane, all Gav's details. Gav, see you next month.
All right, mate. Thank you so much for having me.
You want to see him next month? Stay tuned. Thanks, guys.
Bye.
Bye.